So, hello everyone. Uh, I am excited to welcome you to this webinar on cybersecurity tools, backdoor, and directory fuzzing with Python. So, this session is brought to you by Inlighn Tech, and we will be diving into how these tools work, why they matter, and even doing live demos. Whether you are just starting in cybersecurity or already on the ethical hacking journey, you will find practical insights today. Let's jump right in. So, here is today's agenda. First, we will start with a short introduction to cybersecurity tools. After that, we will jump on our first project, which is Backdoor. We will learn what it is, where we can use it, why we need it, and how it works in real world. After that, our second project is directory fuzzing, and we will see how it works and its significances in real world and in web application penetration testing. So let's jump. So here, cybersecurity tools are essential in identifying vulnerabilities and testing defenses against threat actors. Today, we will look at two Python-based tools that simulate how real-world attacker and pen tester operate, but for educational purpose and ethical purpose only. The first is a reverse shell, also called backdoor, and the second is directory fuzzing tool to find hidden paths on website while you are performing for web application penetration testing, and this will help you to span your attack surface. So our first project is backdoor, also known as reverse shell. So a reverse shell is a type of backdoor where a compromised machine, in our case, victim's machine, which is already compromised by an attacker. This lets the attacker send commands and control the system remotely. So when an attacker successfully exploits the victim's machine and planted a backdoor in victim's machine, then the victim's machine is going to send a reverse connection to the attacker's machine. After that, attacker has full control over the client's machine, or you can say victim's machine. And where it is used, this technique is widely used in penetration testing, red teaming, and malware operations. It's a powerful way to simulate what an attacker might do once they gain access to a system or machine. In this case, attacker has already exploited the victim's machine and planted a backdoor in it so that the attacker can have access of this victim's machine without any traces. And now the question which may come in your mind, why we need it? So it recognizes how attackers control compromised machines. It also helps us to improve defenses against these types of attack. Okay, so now how it works actually. So here, as you can see, there is two scripts. There are two scripts, server and client. So as you can uh, see by the name, the client script will going to be at the place of client side, and the server script will be at the place of attacker's side. So what will happen in our case, attacker has already compromised the victim's machine. So the attacker has already planted the backdoor in victim's machine. So whenever the victim turns on his machine, victim is going to send a back connection to attacker's machine, and attacker's machine will always accept this connection because the attacker wants to compromise the victim's machine. So definitely it will accept the connection. So after when he accept the connection, he can execute any command in victim's machine, or he can download files and upload files from or to client's machine. Okay, so this is the basic working of backdoor. And you can implement as many things as you want in a backdoor. It totally depends on the skills and the knowledge which you have about networking and Python programming language. Now it's time to jump in real world and see how the things will actually work. So let me turn on my Kali machine. So here, as you can see, oh sorry, here is my Kali machine, and here's the code. So here, as you can see, the client side code is here, and the server side script is here. So let me explain the basic function or basic work of this script. So as you can see here, we are importing some libraries starting from socket till base 64. Maybe some of you already know the use of these libraries. So socket library is used for networking purpose and base 64 library is used for encoding purpose while we are transmitting data over the internet over the network. So here we have a function server, and inside this function we are creating a socket object which is listener, and we are setting some options in this socket. After that, we are binding the socket to the provided IP address and port. By the way, this IP address and port is the attacker's IP address and port. And after that, we are listening for the incoming connection, and we are going to get connection from client. By accepting that connection, we can execute commands and download files as well as upload. So here we are accepting connection, as you can see here, and this accept returns two things: first the target instance and then the address which we are accepting. Basically this is the client address, client's IP address and port. So as you can see here, the next function is send function, and we will be using this function to send data to the client. After that, here is a receive function in which we are using while loop to receive entire data, because we are going to use data in the chunks of 1024 bytes, and we are using decoding function which is UTF-8. After that, you can see the main function which is run function. So uh, the main magic is going to happen here. We have a while loop which will help us to execute commands again and again in client side machine, and here we have a exit command. So whenever we send exit command, the connection is going this loop is going to break, and we will going to close the connection. And here, as you can see, we have download command as well as upload command. We will use these commands to download files as well as upload files. So now it's time to explain server.py file. So this will going to be pretty much same. We are importing sockets, we are importing base 64 library, we are importing time library, and we are importing subprocess and OS library. So we are importing these two libraries to execute command in client side machine. So as you can see here, we have same function with the same name server, and here the thing is we will create socket object, but we will not going to bind this object with any IP address. Instead, we are going to send direct connection to the provided IP address and port, and this IP address and port is of attacker's machine. After that, we have the send function, and we are using here JSON for secure data transmission, as well as we are using UTF-8 encoding for data transmission. After that, we have same receive function which will receive data until it ends. Then we have this run function, and here, as you can see, the thing we are will going to receive in the form of commands, and if the command is exit, we will break the loop and close the connection. After that, if the command is cd, which is change directory, then we will change the directory whatever the directory is provided by the attacker. So the next condition is download. If we want to download any file, then we can download this by opening the file in read binary format. After that, we will going to send the binary to the attacker's machine so that the attacker can save those binaries in his local environment. And the next, as you can see here, upload files, upload command, it will going to use to upload files and else here we have this condition which will execute commands. So now it's time to show you the practical implementation. So as you can see here, this is my Kali machine, and let me. So as you can see here in my this directory, I have only malware.txt file. I have nothing else. Uh, this, and here you can see I have only client.py and virtual environment. So now it's time to run these. So I'm going to run client.py in my main OS, which is Windows 11, and here I'm using Kali Linux. Now it's time to run the server. So as you can see, server is listening for incoming connection. So now let's provide an incoming connection. So as you can see, the server got connection from 192.168.0.1.0.0, and this is the port number. So we got connection from our Windows 11 successfully. Now, as you can see, there is a prompt shell. So suppose I want to list the current files and directories in our main OS, which is victims OS. So let's list. As so as you can see here, there is one directory known as the env, and there is a file which is client.py. Let's cross check it. So here is a path, and here, yeah, this is exactly same. So now what if we want to explore the entire file system of the machine where we attacked? So let's go one step backwards in the file directory hierarchy. Now list again. Yep. As you can see here, there is a multiple directories, files, shortcuts, and all. So let's uh, analyze this and find something interesting. So as you can see here, there is a folder, secret information. Let's see what's inside this folder, secret information. Now list again. Yeah, as you can see here, there is a secret image. Maybe this image contains the wallet address where this person has bitcoins, or something which is more important for this person. So let's cross check this file exists in real world or not. So here we are. Now there is a folder named secret information. If you can see here, here, yep, there is a file which there is an image known as secret. So now what? We know there is a file, there is an interesting file, there is an interesting image, and we want to see. So let's download it. Before downloading it, let me show you that we have nothing in our current directory more than these three files. So let's download this image. Download secret.jpeg. Yep, maybe it's downloaded. Let's check. List again. Yep. Finally, we got a secret file from the machine we have attacked now. So let's open this. Maybe we will going to see something interesting. Yep, we got this. So this is just a demo. That's why you are not going to see any wallet address where hundreds of bitcoins exist. So I showed you the functionality of download. Now it's time to show you the functionality of upload. So suppose, as you can see here, I have a malware in my machine, and I want to infect this operating system where we just attacked. So how can we do that? And we just do that by this command, upload malware.txt. Press enter. Yep, maybe we uploaded this file successfully. So let's see. Yep, we uploaded successfully. So now why I'm showing you this thing. So suppose in real world scenario, if someone gained access of your system through a backdoor, then your entire privacy is going to be controlled by that person. And this is very dangerous. Suppose you have hundreds of bitcoins and you stored the password of your wallet or address of your wallet in a text file, then anyone can access your wallet through that address or password, whatever you saved. So by this you can put more rules on your firewall so that your machine become less vulnerable. So I hope you understood the backdoor or the reverse shell. You can turn on your mics if you have any doubt or okay. Someone posted a question.
Your mic access has been opened for all, so you can ask your questions.
So anyone can ask question.
Can you please tell once again how do
One,
you
one by one, one
tell?
by one, one
Please
by one.
raise your hands and we will call out the names and then you can ask your
So
question. Let me
uh,
go to the queue. First,
who is girl?
Sujal Megwal. Yes, Sujal, please ask your question.
Prashant, if you can see the names, then you can please nominate the students who want to ask questions.
Yes, those who have questions, please raise your hand and I will call out the names. Then you can ask your questions.
And don't worry if you are not comfortable with English, then you can ask in Hindi as well.
Sujal, you can ask your questions. You raised your hand.
Sir, why we're not using C2 servers to create our backdoor? Because I think this way is very barbaric because we are using actual script which is going to run on our client. But our client laptop must have some kind of SIM agent installed on it. Because of that, we will be fined very soon on that network. So why were we developing this tool?
You are absolutely correct. What's the name, Sujal? And let me, as you can see, this is we are running in a local environment. So this is just for demo purpose. I can't show you the exact working of the backdoors because maybe you are not going to use this for unethical purpose, but there can be some people who can use this for unethical purpose. So for maintain ethical use, we are not using the proper things, proper servers or that kind of things. That's why we are running it in local environment and we are just showing demos to you. This is not the actual working.
Uh, So you can show us how can we deploy a C2 server and use that to create a backdoor on our client server, which is our local, not real development server.
I understood your points. We can add in our curriculum this thing. This is a good idea to explain the real world working. I will add this thing in our curriculum. Thanks for your suggestion.
Sir, I was little late. So do you? I can explain few things before we start.
You want to explain things or will I explain?
No, I wanted to ask about some personal questions.
At the last of this webinar, we can have a conversation.
Okay, sir.
Anyone
Yes,
else?
sir, client side, how it working? I'm not understanding, sir. Please explain me.
Oh, okay. Let me show you. So, as you can see here, uh, here is attacker's machine. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm
So here is the attacker machine. Attacker has already compromised the victim machines. That means attacker somehow gained the access of the client's machine, and then the attacker implanted backdoor in the victim's machine. Suppose you are talking to me. Somehow I was able to implant backdoor in your device, whatever you are using, phone or laptop, and you don't know that I had uploaded or implanted that file in your device. After that, that file or the backdoor will run automatically and will send a back connection towards my device. And this is the basic working of this backdoor. Did you
okay,
understood?
sir. Okay, sir. Sir, how can I do our laptop?
Um, you have to do this thing by your own. If you have access to the curriculum, then you can run this in your laptop. But don't use this for unethical purpose or for illegal things.
Okay, sir. Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Anyone else who want?
पेपर डालते हैं
Sir,
एटलीस्ट तेरा
can
नोटिस
you
पीरियड वाला जो सीन है
show
वो चालू हो
what
जाएगा और
command you put
तब तो
to
और
gain the
इंटरव्यू
shell?
बेटर है ना.
One by one, one by one, one by one. There is a girl named Vasu.
Yes, sir, it is me.
Yeah,
चलेगा ना ठीक है
you
सुन
can
सुन
ask.
मेरा उसके साथ
You can ask now.
Yes, sir. I want to ask what command you have entered so that you gain the shell.
There is not any specific command. I just run the Python script.
Okay. By using Python script, you gain the shell. Oh,
I gained the shell by using the Python script, and I'm using subprocess and OS library to run commands in client's machine.
okay, so is it a tool which is pre-installed in Kali?
It's totally up to you. You can install it. You can run this script in any OS, but the thing is, you must connect it with your private network, like Wi-Fi or something like this.
Okay, so the script we have to type or is it ready-made somewhere on the website?
Definitely, you have to type by your own.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Anyone else?
Sir, do you
Ankit, yeah, Ankit, you want to ask any question?
sir, do you need coding in security?
Coding in?
Cyber security.
There is nothing like coding in cybersecurity. There is coding like in Python, in C, in Java, and most of the people in cybersecurity use Python.
Okay, sir.
And Subhash, do you have any question?
So actually, I have a doubt like, do we need to mention the target IP and port number?
Definitely, definitely. Without IP address and port number, how will you get connection?
So the request is going to the client server and is going to give any access or just is getting a shell, sir.
Basic thing, Subhash, these two machines, which you can see here, this is the Kali machine, and here is the main OS, which is Windows 11. Both machines are connected to a local network. If you will run command like if config command in Kali machine, then you can see here private address, IP address of private network, and you can see here as well. Let's run the command. So basically, these things will work in this way. You have to specify IP address of your machine.
Yeah, I got to know it, sir. But when you're going to give the shell, is it the client computer asking that someone is going to listen you the
No, no, no.
listening and this code?
There is not a kind of pop-up or disclaimer or permission.
It's directly getting the shell.
Directly getting the shell.
Which sounds the same.
That's why
So
it's
can
called
you
backdoor. Yep.
can you show that client server
Here,
script again?
okay. Wait. So as you can see here, this is our Windows machine, and hmm, give me a second. So here, as you can see, I'm running our server script. So here you can see server is listening for incoming connection, and client will give connection. So as you can see here, our server got connection from 192.6.0.100 comma and this port. So this is an IP address of our victim's machine and port number on which we have connected. So as you can see here, we got reverse shell without any disclaimer or any pop-up message. So if you want to run any commands now, you can run simply. You can run this command as well to see the IP of victim's machine. So you want to see this thing only. Am I right, Mahima?
Yes, sir.
Anyone have doubts or something which you want to ask?
Yes, Dheeraj,
Sir,
you can
I
ask.
Sir, I have a doubt. What if the client uses a VPN? So we can't crack the IP address, no, ma'am?
Yes, if a client is using VPN, then we can't get connected because we are using static IP address. And the
Then,
VPN itself uses a private network. It's we are
is there any choice to crack that? Is there
definitely
any possibility?
definitely we can crack. For this, we have to run any kind of public service on our client's machine. Publicly available
Okay.
IP address in short.
Okay, ma'am.
Uh, Anyone else?
Yeah, I had a
So
doubt. This script is currently based on the victim self-running the script, right?
Right.
Is there a way we can remotely execute it, like auto execute it?
Yes, there is a way. You can convert it to .exe file, and you can embed that file to a PDF or image. Suppose I send you an image or PDF. You just clicked that, or you just opened that PDF, and I will got a reverse shell. This can also done with this script, but you have to implement some more things. Like first, you have to convert this script, which you can see here, client script to .exe, and then you have to embed that file to a PDF. Understood?
the client code also should be running in the client side, sir.
What?
The client code which you gave in the Python, sir, it should also run
No,
in the client side also.
no. If you will convert this to exe, so there, if you will search on Google .py to exe, there is a module by which you can convert your Python file to .exe, and then you can embed that file to the PDF. So if the client is not a technical person, or the person you are going to attack is not a technical person, then he will not know what's happening. For that person, it's just a PDF. He just clicked and you got a reverse shell.
Dheeraj is raising his hand from a long time. Please, Dheeraj,
Uh,
open him.
Dheeraj, you can ask.
Sir, my question is that which will be more flexible, using Python script, or we can use any other tools like Netcat and for backdoor?
Listen, Dheeraj, you must not depend on other tools. You must know how to create your own tools, because if you want to automate the things, then the programming is necessary. Because if you will do everything manually, or you will going to use the tools, then at some point of your career you will feel bored.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Sir, how can got this code?
um, Prashant, what should I answer? You will got this you will get this script in our curriculum. You can get, sorry.
I had a doubt.
Okay, sir.
Okay, ask.
Uh, can we use our public IP address for this? Like, what will be the difference if we use a public IP address instead of private?
In private network it will be easier, but if you will going to use public IP addresses, then you must have something running. For example, NGRoot, there is a service which provide public IP address. Suppose client is sending you a connection, and as you can see here, this is a private IP address. That's why we are getting connection from client to our machine, because both are on private network. But if client is in a public in other private network, then you must have a public network or public IP address, like a service. For example, you can take an HTTP service which can got connection, which is so in your Kali site you have public IP, must have public IP.
Okay, thanks.
Hmm.
Please take question from Santosh in chat. He's asked something.
Santosh in chat. Oh, wait, which Santosh. Sir, I have a doubt that what if the client computer is set on a dynamic host configuration, and so the IP changes at different rate with respect to connection use. So Santosh, your question is quite interesting. Dynamic host configuration. So suppose this client have dynamic host configuration, and script is already in the client side. So we can write the code which can see the rules or which can manipulate the dynamic host configuration. We can manipulate the this configuration using this script. We just need to add some more functionality in our client side, and we can bypass this thing as well. By the way, I am sir, not ma'am. So anyone else? No problem.
So in this code, the code is IP is taking automatically without even mentioning it, right?
No. IP is static. As you can see here, is it visible?
Yes, 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 sir.
IP, I'm using static. I entered IP, hard coded IP. But if you want, you can use arc passing for specifying IP addresses and ports. Anyone
So
else?
in a real scenario, we don't know the IP, right? Then we can can we automatically pull it out from the system by using a
No.
command?
In real scenario, you must have IP address of your machine. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So you can run any public services on using your device. Am I right?
Uh-huh.
Suppose you run an HTTP service on your machine. Now you have the public IP address of your service. You can mention that IP address in the client side script. Now client side script knows the IP address where the connection will go. So whenever the client will run this script, you will got the connection on your HTTP running service.
Okay, okay. Oh my gosh, sir.
Okay. So when I ask the question, sir, for reverse shell, we can use netcat. Definitely we can use netcat. Anyone else who want to ask questions?
Yeah, I had a doubt. This script which is running, will it automatically run on administrator or will it run on a basic user?
It depends on the user who is going to execute the script. So I am executing here as an admin user.
Can you specify that we want to run it as an administrator?
For example, suppose, do you know about users in Kali?
Yeah, I know.
So there is a super user. So every time when you want to run any script as a super user, you have to specify sudo command. Where I am.
Yes.
Wait a second. Sudo command. But you can manipulate the files. I forgot the name of the file. Maybe bash file we can manipulate to make sudo or group. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
So you can use those commands to manipulate the files and can gain admin access. It's a quite a complicated process if you want to gain super user access or admin access by this script.
Okay, so like in Windows, is there something called sudo? I don't think there is something called sudo in
No,
Windows.
there is not sudo thing in Windows. In Windows, you have administrator user and the regular user. So you have to find a way to bypass the things using the main file structure or folder structure, you can say.
Will that be taught to us?
Hmm?
Will this be taught to us, like how to get admin access, like
No,
privileged
not
installation?
not now. Sorry for that.
Okay, sure.
Now someone has asked. In real scenario, how can you find out the client IP? Like which technique or tool use? So Mr. Srinivas, we don't have to find client IP. Client is going to send connection to the server or the attacker. So I don't think there is necessary to find client IP. You just need to specify your IP address in the client side script and things done. Did you understood? Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone who has doubt or want to ask something? So let's move on. This is all about backdoors, and we will learn more in our curriculum. So now it's time to learn about directory fuzzing. By the way, how many of you are aware of directory fuzzing? If you are aware, you can just open your mic and just give the answer of my question. Roman,
Sir, is it Obuster or
your voice is not clear.
is it Gobuster or
Okay.
Hello?
Anyone else? Anyone else? No one knows.
So
Yeah, the most
Dogbuster,
common ones are
Sublister,
GoBuster, Debuster, and there are
Harvester,
some GitHub repos also on this.
Puff, and W.
What you said? So let me explain where I am. A directory fuzzer is a tool that scans a website for hidden directories by trying out common paths. So common paths are like admin, login, and these paths can span your attack surface. Suppose there is a website, a common website running on a Google or search engines, or you just accidentally find out the secret passwords directory, and there you have access of passwords and user IDs. So we can use for this purpose, and it's useful for finding misconfigurations as well. Sometimes developers use these types of common paths when they are just trying, or they are just developing the things, and they leave keys and important data to that path, and they just without knowingly they just end up in a production, and they end up in a trouble. So now the question is why we need it. So this tool is essential for detecting exposed sensitive areas of a web application. It also helps developers to secure hidden parts of website, and it also prevents data leak and unauthorized access. This may seem that it's not dangerous, but it can be dangerous. Now the question is how it works. So as you can see, first thing, we need a huge word list which have admin, users, login, blah 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 in the list, which we can use while we are performing recursively, requesting using Python's request library. And in our script, we are going to use 10 threads, and we are going to use multi-threading to increase the speed of our directory fuzzing. After that, in our script, we are using randomized agents. So we have a list of agents. Maybe I have 5 or 4 agents specified, and we are just randomly using those agents. And in this script, we are going to check these 3 responses. 200 means we found that directory. 403 means directory is forbidden. That means firewall is preventing us from accessing that directory. And maybe by some manipulation or by some tool, we can access those directories. And 404 means directory doesn't exist. So in this way, this tool is going to work. Now it's time to show you how directory fuzzer will work. So I'm going again to my Kali machine. So can Firefox. Here is our directory fuzzer. We are, as I told you, we are using threading and queue module as well as request and randomize module. Here we will be going to specify our target, which is this one. And I found this one on a bug bounty website, so I thought we can put it here. And here are randomized agents. First one is from Windows, second one is from Linux, and then iPhone, blah blah blah. And here you can see we are loading our word list. And where is our word list? Here is our word list. So as you can see, this is very huge word list. Maybe this has 1,000 words, if I'm not wrong. So it's time to show you how the things will work. So first, let me show you this website or our target. So here you can see our target. So it's a real world application. Okay. So as you can see here, when I will add here dot about, it's a directory and it will load a different page. And when suppose I want to gain access of admin directory, it will go into block. Oh, page doesn't exist. Now I think this website must have a blog directory. Let's check blog. Yeah, it has blog directory. So if you are going to do this manually, it will definitely cause you a trouble. So now let's use our directory fuzzer. So we hard-codedly specify our target, thread count, and here you can see the basic attack which we will perform using request library, and here we are performing checks. So now it's time to run this, and I think here you can see directory fuzzer. It's time to run directory fuzzer.py. So yep, as you can see, these pages are forbidden, means firewall preventing us to access it. And here you can see this script found this directory, but it's loading nothing. Let's see. So as you can see here, a juicy file with dot password directory, sorry. And if I'm not wrong, we can't access this now because of firewall. Yep. And let's give it some time. So yep, here is the about which we recently visited. And as you can see, there is access log directory as well, which is protected by a firewall. Now let's wait a little bit more. Maybe we will find something interesting which is accessible. Yep, we got log directory. It will going to consume a lot of time. I'm not wrong. So let's stop it. Let's stop this script because it will consume a lot of time as well as resources. So yeah, it found a demo directory. I think this is accessible. Yeah, it is accessible. So this is our directory fuzzer, and this is the entire working of directory fuzzer. This is very basic version, and you can implement as many things as you want. And that's all about directory fuzzer. Now you can open your mics and ask questions.
Yes, Shruti, please ask the question, and Santosh.
You can ask Shruti. No one has questions.
Sir, as of now, I had a basic knowledge of coding, but is it really necessary to this coding, sir?
I didn't understood your question. Can you please repeat?
As of now, I had just a basic knowledge of coding, sir, Python.
Okay, okay.
I can't do this what you done in the script. Is it
You know,
really, sir?
yeah, it is real, and it's not a rocket science. If you know the basic, then you are already completed your half journey. The basic things is the only thing which you must know.
Yeah, sir, but
Understood?
it looks like a clumsy for me.
No,
So,
it's not unreal. If you want to do this, then you can do this.
Yeah, we can also use the tools, right, in the Kali, which is pre-installed, or we can do.
But you will not get the tools everywhere.
Okay.
Suppose if you will going to use bootnet and you are using backdoor and the client doesn't have these types of tools, but you want that client will perform these tools, these attacks like directory brute forcing and all, then you must know how to write your own tools and upload it to the client and then run it.
Let's see.
Aditya, please ask your question.
Yeah, I have questions that, and there is a target website. We use different kinds of websites or only some specific demo website for this kind of.
If you want, you can give me any website if you have in your mind.
Any kind of uh, specific websites like GitHub or something, or
Not GitHub, just GitHub will block the IP address because it has some strong
yeah.
rules.
Mhm.
Just give me another website. If you have in your mind, or let me think. Random website.
Yes.
Oh. Random websites. You can see here there is a website known as useless.
Yeah.
Let's use this. I hope this website has some pages about. No, it doesn't have any pages or directories. Let's choose something else. Commerce site. Tech target. Does it have this command? Let's use this website. So now you can see the script run successfully, and there is a lot of forbidden directories because this website has put a strong rules on firewall. And so now it's blocking our request. 503. If I'm not wrong, now we can't access this website. We can. If you have any other website in your mind, then we can definitely try.
Oh.
But we can run this script on any website. Anyone else?
Will you be sharing all those scripted to us?
We will not sharing. We will going to teach you how you can write this script. And you have access of those scripts in the curriculum if you go through those curriculums.
Okay.
Anyone else who have any question?
Please take questions from chat. Some people are asking in chat.
Who? In chat? Okay. Okay, sir. What if directory names are present before the path? So, Mr. Santosh Rajan, you are saying that directory name present before the path. So the name which is present before the path, it's called subdomain, not the directory. Understood? This is a subdomain, about.blog.com. About is a subdomain. This is a subdomain which you provided here. And Devki Prajapati asked, can we use SQL injection for this? SQL injection is other thing. SQL injection we use to exploit or gain access to the database. By SQL injection, you can have access of the database if you have quite enough knowledge about SQL and how to manipulate the commands or queries. Anyone else?
I had a doubt. Like in this example where we tried to access a website, it blocked our requests.
Yes.
So, is there a way that we can find out what firewall rules it has put in place so that we can avoid them? And is it possible to avoid those firewall rules?
Um, it is possible. As you saw there, we are sending hundreds of requests. So the firewall is going to see that in very short period of time that much requests are coming. So definitely those requests are automated. So the firewall will block the request from that IP. So the thing you can use to bypass this, you can use proxies to change your IP addresses.
Proxies, like we can use this proxy change. There is one tool. There is, and is there any tool for like in Python also? Is there any library which we
Um,
can use?
if I'm not wrong, you can use KP to build your own proxy chain. If I'm not wrong right now, I'm not sure, but yeah, you can use KP.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else who want to ask any questions? Um, Sushmita Roy. Sir, can we do DOS from different IPs so that even firewall get overwhelmed? DOS is entirely a different topic, and doing DOS is illegal. So you must not perform these types of things without permission. For DOS attack, you must have bootnets. Bootnets will definitely be used for DOS attacks. Anyone else?
If the firewall gets overwhelmed, like this person said, like the firewall
Mhm.
goes down, like
Mm.
then do we have an opportunity to then perform a directory listing?
Um, if firewall got down, then I don't think there is an opportunity because the service is down because of overwhelmed requests. You can't access the website even if the firewall is overwhelmed.
So like is there a way to separate the firewall, like isolate it, like only the firewall goes down? Can we do that?
Um, maybe if you can find origin IP address, or if there is any open port in the actual server on the actual server. It's very complicated if you want to find the origin IP address and open ports. You have to use nmap and there is a lot of tools. But most of the enterprises or tech giants have security in place and they have their own security teams. So it's kind of very hard thing, but not impossible.
Okay, thank you.
So hi.
Uh,
Initially, what happened is the call was going through and it was going to display the directories, right? Like how all of a
yes.
sudden firewall is trying to stop it. Like it should have stopped the first call.
No, it will not stop first call. It will not stop 10th call. But
Mm-hmm.
suppose we are sending thousands of requests in minutes, then it will definitely stop those requests from the IP, from that particular IP.
So it detects the anomaly and it stops.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyone else who want to ask any questions, or we conclude the today's webinar? Sir, what will our project regarding today's session? So, Miss, what's the name? It. How can I see the answer to this question? That-
So Smita, from our side, there are no kind of targets. It was for your knowledge enhancement, nothing like
Let,
conclude in your projects. So,
sir, Prashant, what is the question Sushmita Roy asking?
so Smita is
What,
asking, do we have any project regarding today's session? So there will not be
what
kind of
will our project? If you really want a project regarding today's session, then I can give you a task. And the task is, let me think. Yeah, your today's task is very basic, but I'm not going to give you a single hint. As you can see here, we have server.py and client.py. Your job is to encrypt entire traffic, which is coming in and going out. And Vaibhav Sani is asking, can we get these files? You will have access of these files in the curriculum. These files are already present in curriculum, so if you want the access, you can get these files, but don't use for any unethical purpose or illegal purpose.
Sir, can you repeat the task?
Uh, Seems like students are really interested in tasks. So as you can see, the entire conversation between client and server is going in and out on the network. Okay. So what you have to do, you have to encrypt entire traffic. The data coming from client must be encrypted and data going from server must be encrypted. Understood? By the way, it's already encoded using UTF-8, but you have to encrypt using something else. Did you understand? And we asked something. Do we have create all the projects mentioned in the course page and submit them, or do we have create one as our main project? So I can't spell your name, but it's
Aryajji, it
totally
is up to you. Yes.
Hmm?
It is up to you. 781. It's up to you. You can submit all the projects or you can choose any one of them.
Actually, I saw that there were multiple Google Forms for each project, so that's why I was asking.
No, there is only one Google form for projects.
Okay, so
In,
like in
in first
any
step,
one we can submit.
anyone you can submit, or you can make a GitHub link to submit them. And in that uploading file section, there you can upload up to 10 files for your project presentation. So it is not about you need to submit only one project. In same form, you can submit 2 or 3 or as many as projects you want, but you need to submit in one response at the end duration of your internship.
And one more thing, there is a research paper in the curriculum. So you have to research about a particular topic and you have to submit the research paper. On the research paper, you must mention what you understood, how the things work, and how we can find vulnerabilities or how we can exploit this particular functionality. So this is also an important task for you guys. So anyone wants to ask any further questions or we
Yes,
conclude?
we will upload
I wanted to
recording of
ask some questions.
Okay.
So we will have one-on-one conversation after this.
Yep. We will have let them ask. So she asked the question: do we have to make changes to the script for the project? It's totally on you. If you want to add more functionality in the project or in the script, if you will feel that this thing must be in the script, then you can add. Anyone else? No problem. Srinivas. So no one has any question. Can we conclude today's webinar, Prashant?
Yes, we can. Everyone can leave. And Susan, please stay in the.
Everyone can leave now.
Can you show where is research paper? Abhinay, please go through your internship portal access. There will you can find it. There you can. And we will upload this recording on YouTube.
Really, we are going to do this thing.
This is
Okay.
I
So
apologize that I joined today, but it's possible that I can hear the quick summary about today's session. Anish, we cannot summarize. We will upload this recording on YouTube, so you can access from here.
mhm.
What if anyone
So
has no experience all in making research paper? So,
what
Kasbi from asking, but so Kasbi, uh, you can skip the research paper and submit the project work.
but if you will submit the research paper, then it will expand the knowledge. But anyone has no experience at all. Research paper is not a rocket science. You just have to write what you understood and how the things will work. It's a simple thing.
So is an example like how the research paper is gonna be?
Um, right now I don't have any example which I can show you. But your task in the curriculum is to write a research paper on three-way handshake. It's based on a TCP/IP protocol suite, if you know this thing, and it's just a connection establishment process.
Okay.
So you have to explain as deep as you can in the research paper.
No, Vasundhara, there is no any deadlines.
You can submit in PDF form.
Please
Srinivas.
consider Akshay question.
Who is asking?
Parmar Akshay.
Then he can speak.
You can see in chat. Scroll down.
But I can't see any question from Arman.
I think making this script is not included in recorded videos inside. He is asking.
Okay, okay. Anyone else who want to ask any question? And if you don't have any question, you can just simply leave.
Yeah, thanks for the class, sir. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Please react. Parmar
No.
Akshay is asking, I think making this script is not included in recorded videos inside.
Parmar, if you will go through with our curriculum, then you will see there is a video. But you will get access to those videos after you write the script by your own. Because we are not going to feed you by spoon in this curriculum. You have to show your professionalism, or you have to show how much knowledge you have. You have to put effort. And if you are not able to write the project, or if you are not able to complete the project, then you will have access of recorded videos.
Welcome. Ravi, you are late. We are at the end of our session.
Is it strictly follow all the project definition in the curriculum, or I can do some personal self. You can also submit self-made projects which will show the creativity or innovation which you have.
So we
By
are
the way,
done with today's webinar, sir. I am concluding it, and I am sharing another link for Sujal and you for next discussion.
Okay. So should I leave?
Yes, you can.
Okay, thanks. Thank you guys for your patience.